And here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 6 3-minute rounds in the super welterweight division. This bout is brought to you by Mark Nielsen of Nielsen Boxing in association with John Trithui of TM14 Promotions and their proud sponsors, Allegra and Gladius. This bout is sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control. Your area representative, Nigel Thomas, your timekeeper at the bell, Ymeri Randall is your third man in charge of the action in the ring. Referee Sean McAvoy. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. He's wearing the black trunks. His official weight of 10 stones, 13 pounds and 6 ounces. He is a veteran of 41 fights. Hailing from Rotherham, England's United Kingdom, introducing Nathan Darby. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. He's wearing a red with black trim. His official weight of 10 stones, 9 pounds and 9 ounces. He's currently undefeated with 15 wins, and 12 of those wins come in by way of knockout. Hailing from Tirana, Albania, introducing Spirit of Neraldo.
Okay, last 6 round contest. People clear all time, you stop the all time. Touch gloves, here we go, good luck.
Seconds out, round 1.
Well, this is a 6-round contest in the super welterweight division between Neraldo Ymeri and Nathan Darby. Ymeri has the ultimate goal of becoming the first Albanian world champion. He started boxing at the age of 13.
Well, Nathan Darby, as I said, doesn't often win. Only 2 of his fights have come by the way of victory. Lost 36 and drawn 3, but only ever been stopped once. This kid knows how to survive. He knows how to mess his opponents around, and he does his job, which is to give these guys that are coming through the ranks the experience. And that's what you're going to see here from Darby, who will be looking to survive early on, as you can see, using the perimeter of the ring, staying out of trouble. And for Ymeri, he's a guy with very heavy hands, 12 of his 15 inside the distance, and he'll be looking to get in range and let those bombs go. But Darby's not going to make it easy for him.
Well, Darby's boxed 184 rounds over 40 contests. He's a reliable opponent for Ymeri, and no doubt, you know, he's not looking to make it easy for him, like you said, Spencer, and he knows how to survive, but Ymeri's just trying to cut the ring down, looping a few punches there and missing. I think he needs to be a bit careful of that.
Well, that's what it is. Ymeri is looking to land that single shot. He's clearly got power in either hand, but he's going to have to really work to pin Nathan Darby down, as I say, because Darby knows his way around that ring. He's very cute, switches angles all the time, moving from left to right. Did you see him there? Cheeky little shot with the right hand as well there from Darby.
He's skilled on his feet, is Darby. He's quite an elusive fighter, actually. He's not letting Ymeri pin him down as such.
He's very difficult to pin down, as I say. He's got great footwork, knows how to move around the ring. Boxes out the southpaw stance, orthodox stance. He's very, very tricky. He's a nightmare to fight. If you're a prospect, this is a good yardstick to see where you're at, because you've got to close the gap. You've got to let your hands go when you're in range. Single shots maybe not working against someone like this, as you can see. Again, Darby doing a great job of avoiding those big shots.
Don't get frustrated.
Well, there's a reason why his alias is the Invisible Man, because Darby throws a punch and... Ymeri throws a punch and Darby seems to not be there in front of him.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. hence why he's only been stopped out of 36 losses that he's had.
And we're already down to the final 10 seconds of the round. Well, that's the end of the first of 6 rounds in this super welterweight contest between Neraldo Ymeri and Nathan Darby. I think Ymeri made a decent start, but actually Darby managed to avoid most of what could have done any damage. Spencer, what do you think?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Ymeri was pushing forward. He was looking to land those big shots, cutting the ring off, but Nathan Darby, as always, being very, very elusive, very tricky, not putting a lot of weight into his shots, but making life very difficult for Ymeri, who probably won the round. But, you know, it was very, very frustrating for him. And that's what Ymeri's got to do here. He's got to not get frustrated, stick to the game plan, cut off the ring, and try and pin Darby down. But that's easier said than done.
Seconds out, round 2.
So we're in round 2 of this 6-round contest in the super welterweight division between Neraldo Ymeri and Nathan Darby of Rotherham, Yorkshire. Darby proved to be elusive in the first round, didn't quite let Ymeri land with any kind of conviction behind his shots, but Ymeri's just got to start cutting the ring down and trying to pin him down. Yeah,
it could be a long night for Ymeri as he's hitting thin air again there. You see him swinging wildly. He could start to get frustrated here. He needs to move his feet into range, Ymeri, if he's going to have any chance of nailing Nathan Darby with any sort of shot. He can't throw them too far out of range because Darby, as you said earlier, Prayer, is very, very elusive, very, very good at using the space of the ring.
Clipping little left hook there, just on the side of the chin of Darby, out of the sight of the referee as referee pulls them apart. But the Athens-born Ymeri wants to show the UK how good he is.
Ymeri again. Oh, there he goes. Big shot lands on the back of the head there. Not quite clean, but Darby took the shot well. Didn't seem to faze him at all. Sticking to the game plan. Quite comfortable, controlling the space the way he likes to. And Ymeri looking to get in, just throwing single shots. We need to see more than that.
He's targeting the body now, Ymeri. I think maybe just trying to slow Darby down. He's going to have to slow him down if he wants to pin him down, Spencer.
Absolutely. He's going to have to be a little bit more creative. At the moment, Ymeri is looking for that showreel knockout. And when you look for it, sometimes it just does not come. And like I say, Darby's been in with a lot of talent and he's messed them around, knows how to survive. I actually had a chat with Nathan Darby out in the hallway as he was coming in. And he was saying to me, listen, mate, you're always really complimentary on me. And I said, I'm only complimentary, mate, because you do a good job in there. You know, you don't come to win, you come and survive, but you also make it very tricky for the opponents. So really, this is a win so far for Nathan Darby.
And that's exactly what these prospects need. They need somebody who's going to test them early on in their career to build them up for the bigger fights. And this is exactly what Ymeri wants. He wants those big fights. He wants to impress the UK. And he's told me he's coming for our UK fighters in the last 10 seconds of this second round of this fight. Maybe started to find his range a little bit there, but I think the tactics were good in terms of Ymeri going to the body of Nathan Darby to try and slow him down.
Yep, I think we can see the pattern of this contest, the game plan, and I think this could be a frustrating few rounds here for Ymeri. As we see, again, in this second round, Ymeri showing a bit of frustration there as the referee calls break. He throws a shot anyway, but he just can't find that range at the moment. I'd just like to see him now, Ymeri, working behind the jab, shuffling his feet into range. taking the power out of the punches and putting the combinations together, that might work for him, but he's got to show some sort of variety, because if he sticks to doing what he's doing, Nathan Darby will have his number and just stay out of trouble.
Seconds out, round 3.
Round 3 of this 6-round contest in the super welterweight division. Neraldo Ymeri versus Nathan Darby. Ymeri might well have just nicked the round so far, but pinning Nathan Darby down has proved a challenge to him.
Yeah, it certainly has, and I think it will do over the next 4 rounds, Prayer, because, like I say, Darby knows how to survive there. You see him getting pinned in the corner. Great work from Darby. Turns his opponent, ties him up, gets himself out of trouble. Ymeri is clearly heavy-handed. As I say, 12 of those 15 have come by the way of KO. He's looking to make it number 13.
But like you said, Spencer, when you look for it, sometimes it's just not going to come, and that's when you have to stick to your boxing skills. You've got to get your feet in, and you've got to break the man down.
Absolutely. I think that's exactly what it is. It's about chipping away. You know, you're going to come up against opponents like this along the way. Ymeri's clearly a prospect in Albania, looking for a world champion. Jürgen, actually, the Albanian boxer Jürgen, won the IBO Cruiserweight world title. So there has been one, and he will be looking to become number 2. And the only reason I know that is because he's trained Jürgen by Don Charles, and it's the gym that I'm in, and Jürgen's a great young fighter who boxed on a Queensbury show and picked up the IBO Cruiserweight world title. First Albanians ever had, and he got the homecoming was absolutely insane. As you can see here, Prayer, the amount of Albanians that have turned out, they love their boxing, they love their champions. This kid has the ability to go on and become a champion in his own right, but he has to deal with opponents like this.
He's just starting to find his range a little bit with his jab. He just walked into actually a backhand there from Nathan Darby, but you know, like you said, he's got to close the range, he's got to find his feet in. The crowd absolutely love him. He's got a lot of support in your call this evening. And I think it's important for fighters in the stage of career that Ymeri's at to really make a statement and show what they can do.
Absolutely. I mean, this is the perfect opponent to do that against, because Nathan Darby knows his way around the ring. He doesn't get stopped. So this is the perfect guy to go, right, let me make a statement. But you can't get frustrated. He's loading up with his shots a little bit there, Ymeri. And you can see that. Oh, just got through there. Missed with a wild left hook there.
He certainly wants another knockout, but actually you can get careless and off balance when you're trying to swing that hard against somebody like Nathan Darby.
Well, he's just clever at moving around the ring, Darby. The way that he just shuffles in and out, rolls the shoulder just a little bit, misses the shot by literally inches. It's very clever stuff.
We're in the final few seconds of this round as Ymeri versus Nathan Darby. Ymeri just retreats back to his corner. Spencer, what would you be saying to Ymeri in his corner if you were there right now?
Just need to relax, son, get yourself in range and let those shots go, punches in bunches, because you won't hit him with one shot, but you might hit him with 1 out of 4 or 5 or 6, and that's basically where it is. The head moves so much, punch to the chest, concentrate the attacks to the body, because the head's moving so much. The feet are good, but when the head moves, the body doesn't. Shoot those shots, try and slow him down before letting the shots go up top as well. And that's pretty much the advice I'd be giving to him. Punch the chest, punch the body. Don't go for the head, because the head's never there.
Well, that's great advice, Spencer. Let's see what he can produce in this next round.
Seconds out, round 4.
Well, we're in round 4 of this 6-round contest in the super welterweight division between Neraldo Ymeri of Albania and Nathan Darby of Yorkshire. The Yorkshireman's proved to be an elusive opponent for Ymeri, but just gets caught by 2 heavy shots there in the corner, and that's the kind of power he needs to find his next knockout.
And that's exactly where he needed to punch. He punched the straight right hand to the chest and the left hook to the body. That's where he needs to target to slow Darby down. There you go, switch the attacks downstairs, and that's where you'll get success. You bring the arms down and the head's there to be hit.
And it's working like an absolute dream right now. Ymeri's just enjoying himself in there now that he's found his range, he's found the tactics, and this is exactly what we're going to need to see from him for the rest of the fight, if it even goes that far.
Well, listen, Darby will have other ideas about that, because we know this kid knows how to survive, that's for sure. But Ymeri is definitely closing the gap here. He's having the best round of the contest so far, and that's mainly because he's focused those attacks to the body.
You can certainly see the feet of Nathan Darby slowing down. He's certainly not as fluid as what he has been in the previous 3 rounds, Spencer.
No, he isn't. He's starting to slow, but he's covered a lot of ground in there, Darby, to be fair. Oh, good shots there again from Ymeri. Really
Beautiful
thudding
uppercut.
those in.
Beautiful uppercut through the middle there from Ymeri onto the chin of Nathan Darby.
Yeah, slowing him down now with those body shots, those bodies onslaughts are really taking their toll there from Darby, whose arms are just looking a little reddened from those.
Nice clean little jab there with a backhand over the top of the guard of Nathan Darby from Ymeri.
And again, oh, big left hook there. Darby took that shot well, to be fair, didn't sit in the pocket too long, and he's moving, but Ymeri then going through the gears.
Ymeri just walked into a clean left hand there from Nathan Darby, though.
Well, the referee is giving him a little bit of a breather there, telling Ymeri to keep his head up. But Darby was under a lot of pressure there, and that break couldn't have come soon enough.
Just coming down to the last 30-odd seconds of round 4 of 6, and Ymeri's really turned the pressure up in this round. You can see what he's looking for right now. Nice jab there, lands there from Ymeri onto the chin of Nathan Darby, followed up by 3 or 4 nice clean hard body shots, and the crowd are absolutely loving this from Neraldo Ymeri.
Yeah, brilliant body shots, really whipping those shots in and slowing Darby down. Darby doing a great job of surviving again, but it is starting to get very, very tough for Nathan Darby in there at the moment.
Final 10 seconds of round 4 of 6 in this super welterweight contest, and Neraldo Ymeri has had some great moments of success in this round as he's turned the pressure up and he's turned the tide on this fight, I think. Spencer, talk us through it.
Yeah, he certainly has. Take a look at the action here in that 4th round, and you see Ymeri for the first time switching the attacks to the body. It's exactly what I said that he needed to do to slow Darby down. And look, he's punching the body, their arms are coming down, and then the head's there to be hit. The short uppercuts through the middle were very effective as well. And Darby was having to use all his experience, showing a lot of character just to hang in there. There was the big left hook. You see the knees dip there of Nathan Darby, but to his credit, pulled himself back together, back on his bike, stayed out of trouble. Big round there for Ymeri, and Nathan Darby is going to have to use all his experience here, because expect the onslaught from Ymeri.
Seconds out, round 5.
Number of Albanian flags being waved around the York Hall this evening as Ymeri goes into the 5th round of this 6-round contest in the super welterweight division against the tough, durable Nathan Darby. The crowd are absolutely loving the action now as Neraldo Ymeri turned the pressure up on Nathan Darby with his tactics beginning to start working in the last round.
Yep. Ymeri really loading up with those shots now. He's looking to get that showreel finish. He's looking for the stoppage, and I tell you what, if he can get Darby out there inside 6 rounds, it's going to be very, very impressive. That will be making a statement.
Darby's feet have come to life a little bit in this round. I think he knows he needs to get on his bike. He cannot afford to take those bombs from Neraldo Ymeri. He's just landed a couple of body shots there.
That's good from Darby, moving left to right all the time. There you go, he's back on his bike, he's back into a rhythm, and that's what he needs to do to stay out of the way of this tough Albanian, who's brought a legion of fans, an army of fans here in the York Hall Bethnal Green, and when this place is packed like it is right now, it really is magical. There's a couple of cracking fights we've got left in store still here on the TalkSport Boxing YouTube channel, but we've got a brilliant fight here as well. Ymeri looking to continue that knockout success and try and get this job done inside the distance against Nathan Darby. It's been all Ymeri, but Darby is doing a great job of surviving here, and he'll be looking to try and see that final bell play out.
Well, credit to Darby. I mean, you know, it looked like he was slowing down in the last round, but from somewhere out of nowhere, he's got a bit of a spring in his step in this one, Spencer, despite all of those body shots that Ymeri sunk into him.
Yep.
Coming down to the final minute of round 5 of 6. Ymeri's not running out of time if he wants to get that knockout, but lands a clean uppercut through the middle onto the chin of Nathan Darby. Darby takes it well, though.
Yeah, Ymeri, the problem is he's lost that intensity in his attacks, and that's not a good thing. With someone like Darby, you've got to stay on his chest. You just got to make him work the whole time, cut the ring off, work the body. Oh, big right hand there. Went in. Darby took that shot well as well. I tell you what, you can't say that Darby can't take a shot, that's for sure, because he's took some heavy ones in there.
Coming down into the final 15 seconds or so of round 5, or 10 seconds actually, of round 5 of 6. Ymeri kind of lost his way a little bit in that round. He's going to have to bring it back convincingly in round 6, I think.
Yeah, done enough to win the round, that's for sure, Ymeri, but maybe the intensity took his foot off the gas just a little bit in that round, but expect a big round here, Brea. Some of the work in that 5th round. There we saw Ymeri just giving a little bit too much space up, and that was a big problem for him because he was falling just short. You can't afford to do that with someone like Nathan Darby. You have to sit on his chest the whole time. It's hard work, you got to cut him down, but you got to put the punches together in bunches.
But again, it's like we were saying, Spencer, it's these fights that really platform the skills of, you know, the prospects looking to make big statements and win titles. And if he wants to be the next, well, the second, as you say, well, Albanian world champion, I think he's going to have to really turn it up in this final round. Can he do it?
Absolutely. Listen, never say never, that is for sure. But Nathan Darby has never looked like he's been in trouble at all. As I say, he's a very good guy at what he does, Darby. You've got to respect it because he's better than what his record would suggest. Difficult guy to pin down, but for Ymeri, this is about the apprenticeship. You know, this is the building blocks, the development stage, and you need opponents like this so you can get rid of that frustration, know how to stay calm as the rounds kick on, and this will be a good learning curve for Ymeri.
And not just in terms of his boxing skills, but in terms of his mental state as well. Being able to stay composed, not letting the frustration get to you. That's all part of the progress and the development as well, which is so important at this stage.
Absolutely, it's called ticking the boxes, and I think that that's what you're doing right now for Ymeri. You know, they've got a long-term plan for this kid. He's got a great record. And he has to get through opponents like this. Yeah, it's a little bit of frustration coming out there, if I'm totally honest, because he can't pin him down. You see fighters doing erratic sort of things like that. You go, yeah, I get it. You're getting a little frustrated, but listen, it's good for you when you get later on in your career, when you're coming up and you're boxing fighters at a higher level, you know, with more on the line, of, you know, with bigger prizes to win. You go, that stands you in good stead.
Nice clipping left hook over the top of the guard of Nathan Darby there from Ymeri. Followed it up by an uppercut, but again, Darby's got such a chin on him. It's not really buckling him in the way that we thought it might, actually.
Lovely movement again there from Darby. You know, I appreciate it, I like it, I respect it. You know, he comes to do a job and he does it very, very well.
Again, just over halfway through the final round of this 6-round contest in the super welterweight division. The atmosphere is absolutely wild here at York Hall. The fans are on their feet for their man, Neraldo Ymeri of Albania. Lands a nice, decent uppercut through the middle, whips in a body shot. But But again, Nathan Darby is not being slowed down.
I tell you what, and them shots are slamming in as well. The body shot I heard thudding in there, the shot to the head as well. They're not light shots there, but Darby is not just a good mover, not just a good survivor, but he can take a shot as well.
Nice clipping left hook again there on the chin of Nathan Darby from Neraldo Ymeri. It landed clean, it clipped him nicely, but again, Darby will not be slowed down. He will not be denied in this one.
No, he's doing a good job. Darby, as is Ymeri, he's winning every round. And it'll be a good learning curve for him. He can build on this, go back to the drawing board, work on what maybe went wrong, showing signs of frustration, chasing for that big shot. You're not going to win them all inside the distance.
And that's the bell for the sixth and final round in the six-round contest in the super welterweight division. It was entertaining. It perhaps didn't go the way that Ymeri might well have wanted it, didn't go the way that the crowd might have expected it. But you cannot deny the durability of a man like Nathan Darby, who's able to take a shot, he's able to move, he's elusive, he's quick, and that was a great learning fight for Neraldo Ymeri. Talk us through it, Spencer.
Yeah, it absolutely was, and the pattern was the same from the first round to the last round, the same stuff. Darby on the back foot, trying to survive. Ymeri looking for the showreel knockout that never come. But all in all, entertaining contest. The crowd here at the York Hall Bethnal Green really appreciated it. Lots of Albanians in tonight. They love their man Ymeri. They think he's going to go on and win titles. Only time will tell. But for now, I think Neraldo Ymeri wins that fight 60-54 on my scorecard. Frustrating night for him. One he'll want to quickly forget. But moving on to bigger and better things, I'm sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of boxing, we go to the referee's scorecard. Referee Sean McAvoy scores the bout 60-54. And your winner, still undefeated, Neraldo Ymeri.
Well, you are unsurprisingly completely spot on with that scoring, Spencer. The crowd absolutely love him. He's just stood in front of his adoring fans right now. This has been a good night for both fighters. They've certainly earned their money tonight, Spencer.